Hello everyone, Hector Mendoza here. I told all of y'all that I would get back with y'all on how to create a macro so that it will separate all your different kinds of pitch. So, you have to separate 7 to 9, 10 to 12, and anything above 12 pitch and Xactimate whenever you're making a claim. So let's get to it. So it's real simple. So, either you have to go in here and add a bunch of numbers, or, um, you know, so you could actually go into, uh, if they provide this for you, like Eagle View, you know, you would have to go to page 8, I think, and you would have to add all the different types of um, pitches. Now, you know, the problem is that they'll show you 212, 612, 1212, but if you have bunch of a bunch of different pitches, then you have to go and add the six, the sevens, and all the way to or excuse me, from let's say 7 to 9, and some of these people will have some 6.25, some of them will have 5.5, and this thing can get real cumbersome, and there's a lot of subtracting and adding, then converting square feet into squares. So let me show you what the easiest way for me to do this. So if let me go ahead and remove those annotations from the screen. Okay, so I have a file here. If I right click, I'll go to export annotations, and I'm gonna go to my desktop, and I'm just gonna, you can call it by the claim number, the name of the person. I'm just gonna call it Hector. Okay, so we're gonna hit save. If I go to my desktop where I saved it, you see it shows Hector, right? This Excel file, all I have to do, if you do the steps that I'm going to show you, all you would have to do, you could go in here and save yourself a shortcut, and then all you'd have to do is just double click here, and it's going to separate all your pitches. So you see this one had on 7 to 9, there's nothing. 10 to 12, there's 34.93, and there's no 12 pitch. And the way that this calculation got all that information was, I wrote a macro to separate all the different kinds of pitches, right? So this one was a simple one. So let's go ahead and close this, and I'm not going to save it. Let's go to Xactimate, um, and let me see if I can find one with a lot of different kinds of pitches. So I did upload some files in Xactimate. So let me see how intricate this one is. So I'm going to double click there, go to my sketch. This is good. This doesn't have a lot. This is a real simple one, but it does have some 8s, 16s, and 10s. So, we're going to export to annotation, and then I'll call this one Hector 2. Okay, so we'll go ahead and save it. Go to my desktop, uh, open up the Excel file, and then, go to the shortcut that I have up here for my annotations, double click on totals. Now this one has from 7 to 9 pitch, it has 24.87 squares. From 10 to 12 pitch, it has 0.1 of a square, and then anything above 12 pitch is 1.03. Okay, so then if you go in here, you can see all your different pitches right here. Okay, now let me show you how I arrived at all of this. So what you're going to have to do is create some macros, and uh, you're basically going to have to create 3 macros and then combine them with one. and let me show you how I did that. So I'm going to close this, and then I'm not going to save it. Now that I have an Excel file here, so we're going to grab the last one, and I'm going to show you how to create this macro. So the first thing you want to do is, first of all, you got to know how to do macros. Okay, so you would go to developer. Your Excel might not have developer there, so in some cases you're going to find out that uh, you don't have this developer on your screen. Okay, and if you don't have that, you're not going to be able to select this area here, which is record and open up macros. So that's one thing. If you watch my other videos, you'll learn how to do that. But for right now, I'm hoping that you're already at this stage. If you're going to be writing macros, you should know a little bit about macros before you start doing this. So for y'all, those of y'all that do have macros, that know macros, you can follow my steps. Do not miss any of these steps because it's going to error on you. For those of y'all that wouldn't attempt to do what I'm about to show you, there's always a way to find me. Okay, because I'm on Facebook. I got I don't know how many thousands of followers, and on YouTube I'm getting close to 3,000 subscribers. So there's a way to find my telephone number. I do charge to help people, but the money that you're going to save when you're out there in the field is going to outweigh all the money you're going to spend to have me do it on your computer. I will log into your computer and I'll set your computer up if you can't do what I'm about to show you. So here we go. Okay, so you go to developer. We're going to record a macro. Oh, here, excuse me. I need to, I got another thing that I'm doing here. Okay, so look. So we're going to click on record. Okay, we're going to call this something unique because I'm going to delete it because I already have this. I don't need it. So I'm going to call it new. And then I'm going to underscore. You can't put spaces here. And I'm going to say 7 underscore, because you can't put a dash, to 7 to 9 pitch. And I'm going to put underscore pitch. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to actually put a 0 in front of this so that this will it'll be in a alphabetic order. So when we use this macros that I'm about to create, then we just go right to it. So I'm going to call this 0 to 9, and let me write this. So it's new underscore 07 underscore 09 underscore pitch, because we're going to have to create some other ones, and I want to create them all that sound the same, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So we're going to hit OK. Then the first thing you want to do is you're going to go to data. You're going to convert this line into a filter where you can select right here. We're going to click here. We're going to do a number filter. We're going to go to custom filter. In the custom filter, the first operation we're going to do is we're going to tell it from 7 pitch, and here we wanted to say is greater than or equal to, and here we're going to tell it 9.99 is going to be the is less than or equal to, and then you hit OK. Now you see it separated that for you. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to click here, and I'm going to type I'm going to tell it PITCH 7 to 9, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to auto calculate everything here. So if I go to my home, I go to auto sum and just hit enter. This number here, I'm going to hit Control C. Next to this 7 to 9 pitch, I'm going to right click. Make sure you select the 1, 2, 3, the one that has that symbol. Okay, and then now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to bold this right here just for the heck of it. So if I click on it and hit Control B, it bolds it. Now what I got to do, go back to the developer. I'm going to stop that recording because that's the recording from 7 to 9. Now we got to record another one from 10 to 12 and then one from 12 plus. And 45 degrees is the highest that you can have on a roof because that's just like a wall. But we're going to go ahead and tell a calculation of 46 in case Xactimate the angle is more than 45. So, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's go. Now, I'm going to close this. Okay. I'm not going to save it because we're going to write another macro. Now, on the background, you're going to see this file that says personal.xlsb. And what it's doing right now is storing the macro. If I close this and tell it no, that macro that we created is no longer going to be there. Okay, so I'm going to hit Control S on this file. Okay, and you saw it, you know, you saw it right here. It saved it. Okay, so now you can close this file, or you can go ahead and do the next one. And so basically what happens is that every time you open up a CSV file, it automatically, I think it's a CSV, it's called, yeah, CSV. You see that CSV right here? It you see that right there? It's going to open up this one this one file, right? So I'm going to kind of just kind of close it. Now I'm going to open up that file we had open because now I want to write another script. So this is the same one. Again, I'm going to go to my macros. I got a shortcut. Excuse me, sorry about that. I'm going to go to my developer. I'm going to go to my macros, but I want to record one, right? So I'm going to click record. On this one here, I'm going to call it, I got it written down, I'll call it, okay, NEW underscore. On this one is going to be 10 underscore through 12 underscore pitch. You can name it whatever you want. You just cannot put any spaces or weird characters, okay? So we're going to hit OK. We're going to go to data. We're going to go in and tell it to filter. Now we're going to go here. We're going to go to number filters. I'm going to customize it. And remember here, we got to tell it is equal to or greater, or is greater than or equal to. This one is going to be, let's say, from 10. And then here we're going to go is less than or equal to 12. Okay, we're going to hit OK. And if you notice, it separated it for us. Now, remember I used I and J earlier. So I'm going to go all the way to L. And here we're going to put PITCH 10 through 12, and I'm going to expand this in case it doesn't open up all the way. It's no big deal, but now I'm going to go to the amount of squares, and I'm going to go home. I'm going to auto sum it. Okay, hit enter. I'm going to select that, hit Control C, go right in here, right click. I'm going to use this value. While I'm here, I'm going to click here, I'm going to bold this. Now I want to go to developer. I want to stop recording. Okay, I'm going to close this one file again. You don't have to close it every time. This is just a precaution that I'm real anal what I do. So you close it. Don't save this one. This one here, you want to save it because this is running in the background. Okay, we're going to go back to the desktop. We're going to open up that file again. It could be any file. This is just the one I'm using. We're going to go to developer. We're going to go to macro. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I got 100 things I'm thinking. I'm going to go to record macro. On this one here, I'm going to call it new underscore. This one is going to be 12.01 because it's greater than 12 all the way to and we're just going to put plus anything greater than 12, right? So we just put plus. Okay, we're going to hit OK. Whoops, it didn't like something there. Okay, so let's just say we're just going to tell it 12, and then we're going to put plus. Okay, it didn't like my wording, so I'm going to hit OK. So now we're going to go to data. We're going to go to filters. We're going to click here. We're going to filter number, custom filter. Here we're going to go is greater than or equal to. This time we're going to put 12.01 because it's greater than 12. 12 would go from 0 to 12. Here we're going to go to is less than or equal to. Remember, 45-degree angle is a straight wall, so we just go ahead and tell it 46 in case you get a file that has 45.01. You shouldn't, but you never know. So you hit OK. Now it didn't select nothing here because there was nothing to select. I should have picked a different one. So hopefully this one will still work. So what I would do, let me see if it's going to let me. I should have picked a different one. I'm going to go, since there's no 12 pitch on this one, I'm going to go on squares. I'm going to select the first one. No, what I'll do is I'll click here. Okay. And then I'm going to go to developer. I'm not. I'm going to go home. That kind of messed me up not having that a 12 pitch in here. So I'm going to auto calculate, and I'm just going to hit enter. Then remember we use I, J, K, L, M, N. So an O, I'm going to tell it pitch 12 plus. I'm going to get this right here, hit Control C, go right here, right click, insert. Now I'm going to go to my developer. I'm going to stop that recording. I'm going to close this. I don't want to save it, but I do want to save this file that's in the background Control S will save it. Now the last thing we need to do is write one script that will, and I'm going to use this one here because this one has a lot more in it. Okay, it has more pitches in it. And so we got 8, 16s, and we got 10s. Good. So we'll get one of everything, hopefully. Okay, so now this one here, we're going to go to the developer. We're going to record a macro. This macro, I'm going to call it new, and I'm just going to underscore, and I'm just going to call it total. Okay, totals. And I'm going to hit OK. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go to the developer, go to macros. Right now we're recording, remember. Now, where is my new? This is the one that I just created. So, 7 to 9. The first thing we'll do is we'll run that script. You see how it automatically put this and that in there, right? While I'm still recording, I'm going to go back to macros. This time I'm going to go to 10 to 12, and it's going to select 10 to 12. You see how it automatically put how many squares there is, right? 1. Then the last thing I'm going to do is go to macro, and I'm going to tell it 12 plus. Okay, and I'm going to tell it to run. There you go. Now I'm going to go to the developer, and I'm going to stop that recording. Now we have a recording that will do everything for us. So I'm going to close out of here. I'm not going to save this one file. This file I want to save because that'll save everything we did into your personal file that's inside your Excel. Okay, now, so I'm going to delete what's here, and let's test out this this thing that I did. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to export group to annotations. I'm going to call this my pitch, and I'm just going to call it first because this is the first one we're going to try. Hit save. Go to my desktop. Okay, there's the file. Let's see. Let's check out the script. So I go to developer. I go to my macros, and it's going to be the one that says, you know, new 12 plus. So if I double click here, so this one, this particular one should only have, it shouldn't have 8s, it shouldn't have 10s, it shouldn't have none of that. Okay, so if we go here, let's test it out to make sure. I'm going to tell it. Okay, so it does have some 8s. Oh, wait a second. I must have selected the wrong one here. Let me done Control D back. I should have selected the. Maybe I didn't select the total ones. Okay, so developer, macro, total. Sorry about that. I picked plus. Okay, this is all my total needs, right? Run. Now it's separated. You see, from 7 to 9, there's 24.87. From page 10 to 12, there's 0.1, and then the 12 page is 1.04. I didn't bold this, no big deal. You know, I'm just showing you how to do this. Don't forget when you're writing that macro, you might want to bold it to make it easier for you. Okay, so let's close out of here. Tell it no. We can just. Okay, so now let's go to another file and see if it's working. So we go to Xactimate. This time I'm going to pick this one here, and this one has more in it. Sketch, right click, export to annotations. I'm going to call this pitch, PITCH, and then second. Save it. Let's go to the desktop. There it is, the second one. Let's go to the developer, macro, and we're going to use the one that says totals. And okay, so this should only have 10 to 12 pitch. There's no 12 pitch and there's no 7 pitch. Let's see if that's true. If I go in here, select everything, see there's 4.7, there's a 5, so that doesn't fall in between 7 to 12, but we do have excuse me, we don't have nothing above 12, so it selected 10 to 12. So that macro worked. That's what you have to do. Thank you for watching my video. If you can't do this and you got some money and want to have me do this for you, I'll program your machine to do this. You can save a lot of time. I don't want to give out my phone. I'll go and get myself a temporary phone so that people can call me and I can log into their computers and set theirs up for them. Otherwise, I'm already giving you all the answers on how to do it. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you have a good day and we will see you on the next video.